guys, this is our VIP experience. Prices usually range between $250 to all the way up to $500. If you have an annual pass, you do get $100 off. It was a beautiful place. These are just some cell phone videos. We're about to go full widescreen in here in just a second. But you guys enjoy it. We really had a great time with the VIP experience, and in my opinion, definitely worth the money. But you guys have a good time and enjoy the video. Just stopping in here real quick to say the food was amazing.
We're gonna get it popping, all right? How you guys doing? You excited?
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. Welcome to your guys' VIP tour. You guys can crowd in here if you'd like. This is our group for today, okay? Beautiful people all around. Say hi, how you doing? Hello, hello. We're all friends in my group, okay? We all end up bonding, having a good time by the end of the day. It's wonderful. Now, I know that I've introduced myself to you all individually, but here we are as a group. Hi, how's it going? Welcome to the tour. My name's Rowan. I'm going to be your tour guide for today. We have 6 hours worth of fun together to have. Park is open until 8 p.m. That means I'm going to say goodbye to you guys probably later around 3 to 3:30, and you will have boatloads of fun later on, even without me, because a few things to go over, all right? These lanyards, these blue lanyards that you guys were all handed in the beginning of your journey, they're very important because they let everybody in the park know that you guys are very important, right? You're VIPs for the day. They're applicable to all the express lines in the park unlimited, meaning that when I say goodbye to you guys after our time together, you can go ride Jurassic World 10 times in a row if you want to, okay? Nothing's stopping you, maybe the weather, but hey. So you're gonna wanna hold on to those because they are your magic pass for this day. So, with me, going to the lower lot, going through the upper lot, doing as much as we can up there. After lunch at 12:10, we're going to the movie studio on the VIP trolley, zipping around, seeing what's what down there, learning a little bit about our history. We've been a movie studio here for over 107 years, oldest movie studio in America, and we have 400 acres of land, so you're gonna see lots of really cool stuff going on down there. Now this is my phone. If you guys ever see me on it, it's my work phone. I'm not tweeting, I'm not gossiping. I'm in constant communication with our VIP office, all right? So if you happen to get lost today, don't fret. All you're gonna wanna do, go into a retailer, find somebody with a name tag like mine, tell them that you're on Rowan's VIP tour, you've been separated, and you would like to reunite. They're gonna give them a call, they're gonna give me a call, and we're gonna see how we can get back together, all right? But if you choose to stay with me, just stick close. I have a really nerdy little baton, so you guys can see me, okay? It's more so people get out of my way. But I don't leave soldiers behind, all right? So unless you want to separate off and do your own thing, totally cool. You can choose your own journey. Just communicate it and let me know, because if I turn around and I don't see you anymore, I have to assume one of the minions got you, okay? All right, I think that's about it. Guys, are you excited? Get ready to go? All right, wonderful. So, you guys, you are on the Saturday tour. You guys know what we do here on Saturdays, right? No? You guys don't know? Oh my gosh, I thought you would have booked that on purpose. Saturdays are very special here at Universal Studios Hollywood. It's when we lift the enchantments that cover the wizarding world of Harry Potter, allowing undercover wizards and witches and muggles like us to go into Hogsmeade and ride the rides. Alright, so you guys want to go to Hogsmeade? Yes. Alright, let's do it, guys. You're going to follow me down these stairs. We're headed into the park. Stick close. Whee!
Your Honor, Majesties! Then I had to cross people for that.
She's a queen, you guys. You gotta make way for her.
I love how many characters there are here compared to Orlando.
Yeah, there's a lot, and like some of the other ones, like will like walk around. Like you'll see like probably some Frankenstein.
That's who. Yes. So excited about that.
One thing I forgot to mention, and this coffee just triggered my memory, is that us as a group, we don't sponsor photos with the characters or any retail shopping or anything like that. But like I said, you guys, I'm gonna say goodbye to you around 3:30, and then the park's up until 8, so there's plenty of time. But we are about to leave SoCal behind, all right? We're gonna go somewhere a little bit more magical. Lots of going on to be done here in Hogsmeade. Make sure you stick with me because we're headed to Flight of the Hippogriff as our first ride, all right? Here we go. Da, 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 da.
So you go through like the brick wall first, but then you walk through the forbidden forest and all of a sudden you're there.
Dying on alligator there.
All right, friends. First ride of the day. Whoop, whoop, whoop. This is Flight of the Hippogriff, all right? This is a low-level roller coaster. No loops, no big dips. It's 27 seconds long. Y'all think you can handle it? All right, we're gonna scan in. Follow me, friends. The other day when Hagrid passed away, they put flowers in front of his door.
Did they do a wands up here?
They what?
Did they do a wands up here?
Yeah.
I really didn't believe that.
I was like, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah. Yes.
Alright guys, the seat's 2 per row, alright? Which works for all of you guys.
We're actually kind of happy about that because we didn't bring our kids. I was like, man, I hope we get a tour without kids. No offense, kids, but we didn't bring our 3 children, so
Yeah.
I'm like, hoping that.
It's so funny. I had yesterday my tour was like all kids, and then today's all adults, and I'm like,
Sweet.
because it gets a little much in there sometimes, just because of those screens. All right, I issue one of those for all of our screen rides here. Other than that, I do say if you have boundary sensitivity issues with your chest and shoulder area, this is our only ride in the park that has an over-the-shoulder hatch. Other than that, is everybody okay to ride this ride? You don't want? Okay, cool. So when we go in, you can't have bags for this ride. So what you're gonna do is when we pass the fat lady, that's her name, not being insensitive, she's the door to Gryffindor, you'll see her on your left-hand side, start shimmying off those bags, okay? I will hold all of your stuff for you. I promise I will keep it nice and safe, okay? All right, guys, time to go back to school. We're headed to Hogwarts.
Yay!
hang tight real quick right over in the shady area. I will return shortly.
Is she gonna take us in for the wand experience? I have a feeling that's what she's gonna do.
You feel like you go so far.
We're going to actually get to come face to face with a real life wand people. So we're gonna get to go into Ollivanders in a moment when our wizarding friends give us a little wave, and you guys will see what it's like for somebody to be matched with their own personal wand. Cool?
Yeah, that's good. Oh, it is. Must be something like
This isn't something I usually do with my groups, but you're also nice.
Why is it violet?
Alright guys, head right in.
Yep, right about there. Excellent. Yep, all the way inside. Go right against that wall.
And then how many? Is it?
11.
11. All right, come on down this way. I'll stop you like right here. Let's try to have taller witches and wizards towards the back, not so tall ones take a step forward. Just like that. Perfect. Come right on in, everyone. Taller witches and wizards towards the back, not so tall ones in front. So everyone has a chance to see. There we go. Come right on in. And then I'll have you three come right over here for me to go. Come on around. We'll see this right there. We just need about a foot or two away from the ladder.
Welcome to Ollivanders, makers of blind wands since 382 BC. I am the wand giver, and you are very welcome here. However, I must ask for your complete cooperation and silence during this complicated process, wherein the wand chooses the wizard. You. What is your name?
Christina.
Gina.
Christina.
Christina. I'm sensing a very interesting magic coming from you, Christina.
It's possible.
Step into the light. Step into the light so let me see you more clearly. Now, tell me, Christina, which arm would you consider your wand on? Right or left?
On my left.
Left. May I see it, please? Place it here. Fingers all the way out. Now, Christina, you may very well know that every Ollivander wand has a core. A very powerful, magical substance. We use unicorn hairs, phoenix tail feathers, and the heartstrings of dragons. And no two Ollivander wands are the same. Just as no two unicorns, dragons, or phoenixes are quite the same. And that is why you will never get such good results using another wizard's wand. Christina, I have here a lovely wand of ash. 14 3/4 inches long, pleasantly springy, with a dragon heartstring core. What say we try a bit of magic?
Okay.
Now, do you see my plant over here?
Yeah.
It's rather thirsty. I'm going to trust you to give it a drink of water. Stand right over here, Christina. Give your wand a swish and a flick and say aquamente.
Aquamente.
Yeah, no matter. Oh, well, Christina, we just learned something, didn't we? You know what that is? Yeah, that's not your wand. No, it's the wand. Or rather, it's not the wand for you. However, I know your wand is here somewhere. We shall find it together. Never fear. Perhaps instead, we should consider this wand. Yes, lovely little wand of Rowan. See here, 16 inches long, very rigid, with a unicorn hair core. Let us try something a bit different, shall we? It's rather dark in here. What say we have you brighten things up a bit by illuminating the tip of your wand? So hold your wand in front of you thusly. Focus on the end of your wand, and to make it glow, say Lumos.
Lumos.
No, definitely not. You're a tricky customer, Christina. Did you know this?
Maybe it's because I'm a lefty.
No. The thing is, you see, it has always been clear to those of us who have studied wand lore that it is the wand that chooses the wizard. What has not always been quite so clear is why. However, Christina, you know, see, there is a wand that has been waiting a very long time for just the right wizard. I wonder. Congratulations, my dear. You have just been chosen by a wand of birch. Now, the birch wand is drawn to those who are very loving and creative, are very self-disciplined, and in return provides protection, purification, and healing. And may I, one last time, and with a phoenix tail feather core. That tells me that you are truly destined to make your mark in this world. Now, I'm going to give this wand to my associate, who will take you next door where they can answer any questions you may have about your new companion here. Christina, please remember, the wand learns from the wizard.
Okay.
And the wizard from the wand? Yes?
Yes.
Very good. Now, who is with you today?
Michael.
Michael. Is that all? Yes? Everyone with you? Michael.
Well, we're in a group of 10, 11.
Well, the group of 11, step forward, step forward. We're going to let the others pass behind you. Step forward, please, all of you. All of you, all the way forward. I shall be with you all in a moment.
Further down from our back lot, you'll see those tan buildings with the crest that says WB. That's Warner Brothers. We like to think they look up to us. Look a little bit beyond Warner Brothers. That tan building with the green triangular structure on top. It's ABC. And right next to it is Disney Animation. So lots going on here in the valley. And lastly, this golf course is what people are always very curious about. It's called Lakeside Country Club. It was founded by none other than Mr. Charlie Chaplin. Very exclusive. You have to get an invite to golf there. It's for millionaires, celebrities, presidents. So if you see anybody zipping around down there, you might just know who they are. Does anybody want to take a photo of their family in front of the view? I'd be happy to take one for you. Some drama unfolded here, okay? Nothing to worry about too much, but I did get a phone call from my friends over at Nest, yeah? They need some extra freedom fighters to team up with Bumblebee and Optimus Prime because bad news, Megatron is in possession of the Allspark right now. It's really bad. Do you guys think you could team up and save the planet? Yeah. Okay, I knew you guys would do it. I can't do it. Farmers, you guys save the planet? Great. Now you have to fix the curse, okay? It's the curse of the mummy. What's up? You might have heard of him. He's from the 1999 cult classic film with America's Sweetheart, Brendan Fraser. We're gonna go ride the mummy, all right? This is a high-speed roller coaster. It's indoors. It has no big drops, no loops. It's just very fast. You go forward and then we go back. It's okay to ride this one, too. Okay, great. Yeah. All right, you're gonna follow me over there, guys. That's great. Minion Way and Pet Place, and we're here at our newer attraction here at Universal. It's Secret Life of Pets here. I told you guys I was going to be bringing you guys over here, but what I didn't tell you is that today's adoption day. You guys are the cutest puppies I've ever seen, including you, sir. So this ride goes 5 miles per hour. It's like a Disneyland ride. No screens, all practical effects. You're gonna be in a box like this. It seats 2. All right, you guys cool to ride? Awesome. Follow me. We're gonna go get adopted. All right, guys. So that is our newest attraction that we have here, like I mentioned. But across from it is the Minion Mayhem ride. All right, over Despicable Me at Gru's house. Just make note if you guys want to come later and ride Minions, that's over here, right? We've already knocked out so many things. We've done some cool stuff on the upper lot, lower lot. It's just about time for lunch. We have a few minutes though. So I would like to take you guys over to the bathroom and give you the opportunity to wash your hands before lunch, freshen up and stuff like that. So follow me. Alright guys, here we are, Front Street Bistro, aka where you guys are going to meet me in 1 hour, okay, at 1:05. Take the next hour to chill, vibe, eat. It's all you can eat buffet. Load up those tummies because you guys don't have to worry about going on any more rides with me after. You just have to worry about sitting on a trolley and relaxing, learning a little bit. If you're interested in an alcoholic beverage, around the corner near Gru's house is an Irish pub if you want to get a beer or anything. My only request for you guys, please use the bathroom before you come back to me, okay? In the Moulin Rouge, there's only like 2 or 3 bathrooms and long lines can form. So my pro tip is go over here to the animal actors stage. There's bathrooms, lots more bathrooms over there for you guys, all right? But other than that, I know we're hungry, gonna get you guys to lunch here at what time?
1:05.
Good job, class. You guys hang tight, guys. Karen, I got 2 right here. You guys hang tight for me real quick. He's got 105.
You just got so excited.
Fancy water.
Fancy water.
It's all fancy.
It's all fancy.
Right this way. I got one more table outside. Are you guys interested or you want to be inside?
Outside, look how pretty it is.
You guys do need to try for that cell phone. We got a cell phone for you, okay?
Thank you. Like she had.
You guys will stay right here, okay?
Thank you.
Awesome. Happy anniversary, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
When you guys are ready at the buffet, just grab those plates. The buffet's inside to the right by the entrance. You got drinks at the end, and there's the restroom to my right, okay?
Thank you.
Yep, enjoy.
Here today. Holiday, vacation, blood donation.
Our anniversary.
Anniversary, lovely. And how long have we been there?
11 years.
I like how he asked you.
I was like, what are you?
You're just getting started. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And are we visiting other places while we are here, or is this our final destination?
This is the final and only destination.
Yes, the last stop, as it were.
Yes.
Well, it is very nice to see you both. Please continue to eat as much as you like while you are here.
Thank you. Can I get a picture?
Of course you can, my dear. May I hold your hand?
Of course.
Thank you.
Hold on, it doesn't recognize my face. Alright.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Want to make sure that we got everybody. Hang tight with me right there. Yeah, great. All right, guys, we have a moment here before our VIP vehicle pulls up. Would anybody like a photo in front of the Hollywood sign? It's the real one. It's just been de-Halloweenified. It had blood all over it and stuff in the past like month. If anyone wants a picture, cool. It's gonna be a minute before our vehicle pulls up. So.
What's the better window, okay?
Huh?
You're taller.
The GoPro. Look at the way the GoPro. Just sit behind you.
Important VSDR trolley today is our driver, Julie. Guys, without Julie, y'all would have to walk the lot. That's a lot of walking. It's time to sit back, relax, and learn a little bit about our movie studio that's been here in Southern California for over 107 years. But before we can get the fun going, a few safety rules, all right? You see the gold ceiling, the cushion seats, you see those big bay windows. You know what? They reach about to your pocket level. So if you have something valuable in your pocket that's on the side of the window, move it, because it could fall out. And that's very true. I did have somebody lose something recently, and they were not very happy. You're going to want to keep your loved ones close, and by that I do mean your cell phones. They can fall out as well. Keep those arms and legs inside of the trolley at all times, and no walking on the trolley. You might see Owen and I walk around, but we're certified trolley surfers, so we really know what we're doing here. And lastly, if you need some water in that ice chest, it'll be available to you for the majority of the tour, or the entirety, but don't touch it, just have Owen and I over there for you, okay? Alright, well, it's time to get it started. Welcome! You have reached our Universal Studios timeline, our movie timeline. Take a look outside on either side of the trolley, spot those movie posters. do me a favor and look up at the top of the posters and spot that Universal Globe logo, and notice how our Globe logo has changed so much throughout the years. We're always evolving here, just getting bigger and better. And now going down the timeline, whether you see one of your favorite movies here or just something you recognize, maybe Back to the Future or Jaws, it's all made possible due to one man with a plan, our loving founder, Mr. Carl Lemley. A German immigrant who came over to America, stumbled upon his first motion picture theater, and boom, he fell in love, you guys. He knew that he needed to be a part of the filmmaker. Pause on that as we go by Fire Station 51. One of the last real things you guys are going to see over here, like the operating fire station that we have here at Universal City. They are keeping us safe here on our lot at all times, be it within the lot. We love our firefighters. But back to the history lesson. Carl Lemley, he loved movies. Immediately he wanted to start. A little early to get started, no? Our adventure is always a success. We got some cones, some signage going on over there because there has been so much production taking place on our lot over the past few weeks. New York Street, you might recognize it. I wouldn't be surprised if you do. You might want to walk into our little Euro sets. I'm going to stop us real quick right here. As you guys walk through this archway, you're walking through somewhere pretty historic right now. If you put your arms out in front of you like this, ooh, you would look like Frankenstein. Yes, we are the Movie Monster Studio here at Universal Studios. We kind of are the curators of horror. We brought you so many iconic movies throughout the decades. From the early stages of our movie studio back in 1915, this was the archway where Frankenstein made his debut, my friend. Horror movies are very important to us. It's crazy. Back then, when they were filming Frankenstein and they were doing that scene of him walking through the archway, crew members were passing out. They had never seen anything like this before. A horrific monster. We've become so desensitized because we love horror now as a society and stuff. But back then, whew, it was trailblazing and history making. And I want to tell you a little bit about those monsters. Now, between the 20s and the 50s, that's when film studios really kind of tried to hone in on their niche, right? MGM, they went musicals, Warner Brothers went gangster film noir. We opted to do horror. Why? Because all of those monster stories, they were in the public domain. So it was very cheap for us to take them into our studio and adapt them to our own and make so many iconic films like Creature from the Black Lagoon, The Wolfman, Invisible Man, Frankenstein's Monster, Bride of Frankenstein, Frankenstein's Cousin from New Jersey, that's my personal favorite one, and so many more. You are in the heart of monster history right here. These are some of our oldest sets. People claim that they're haunted from time to time. Now, has anybody ever seen the Bela Lugosi Dracula? If you haven't seen it, I highly suggest you check it out. He's the original portrayer of Dracula. All of our monster movies are available on Peacock right now. You can check it out. But it was the first time that we ever did something kind of different. We filmed the same movie twice. During the daytime, we filmed Bela Lugosi as Dracula, and when the sun would start to set, we would strike out that cast and crew, bring in new people, and at nighttime is when they filmed Spanish Dracula. Why did we do that? Money. But I think it kind of paved the way for inclusivity in Hollywood and foreign film, different language films and stuff like that. And if you ever decide to watch that Dracula, I highly suggest that you check out the Spanish one as well, because critics have gone on to say they think objectively it's just a better film. Now, when it was time for our founder Carl Lemley to bring the story of Frankenstein's monster to life, he approached Bela Lugosi. He was like, Bela, my main monster man, you want to play Frankenstein? And Bela Lugosi said, you want me to cover my face up with makeup and not say any lines, just make moaning and groaning? I'm an actor. Please, go find a background actor. They can do that one. So Carl Lemley did. He approached a background actor who frequented our back lot, standing at 6'3". His name was Boris Karloff. He said, you want to be my monster? Boris said, heck yeah. And boom, he skyrocketed to movie monster portraying fame, going on to be more of our monsters like the Mummy. He had to wear platform shoes as he walked through that archway. He sat in a makeup chair every morning for 3 to 4 hours getting heavy prosthetic and makeup done. He lost 25 pounds during the filming of Frankenstein because he had to wear a 50-pound suit. And our founder, Carl Lemley, he was so passionate about his monsters. This was back before paparazzi existed. He would put a burlap sack over Boris's head when they would transport him from different locations on the lot because he didn't want anybody having a glimpse of his monster. So if you guys want some Court of Miracles pictures, totally take some. Otherwise, I have plenty more to show you guys here in Little Europe. We're gonna start walking through here. So guys, we're gonna walk in here real quick. It's a little less glamorous looking, right? That's the point. Good to have kind of these bare bones area on the back lot because it can quickly become whatever you want, right? I talk a lot about imagination and strategic filmmaking. In an episode of the Mindy Project, this was Mexico in a market scene. You can just fill this with background actors and different set design and bring that to life. It's been seen in lots of different things. Jarhead with Jake Gyllenhaal. Over there in that corner, that's where Gibbs takes a little nap with some pigs in Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, and Jack Sparrow and Will Turner wake him up with a big bucket of water. Above it is our original set piece left from the production of You Don't Mess with the Zohan with Adam Sandler. This was also home to some scenes of The Scorpion King with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and many, many more. And I want to tell you guys kind of a little camera trick that I always think is fun to describe here. So, have you guys ever seen a movie where maybe they're running through a market, it's a whole chase or whatever, let's say Jumanji or something like that, right? Well, you can film a whole chase sequence right here in this area. What you do is you put your production team right here, put the camera right here, and then you decorate this with some, let's say fruit cards, maybe some clothing cards, whatever, and you put a bunch of background actors right there, and the director yells, "Action!" Your star runs in front of the camera, and then they say, "Cut!" The whole production moves over here. They put their camera this way, decorate it a little bit differently, put some different background actors. Director says, "Action," runs this way. And then they say, "Cut." And they're just moving the camera and the actor's just running in circles this whole time. But you don't have to go anywhere. You can trick your audience. Kind of cool. All right, we're gonna go right out here, see more European style stuff. If anybody happens to know where we are as we're walking further, you can call it out. This is a pretty recognizable area. The good place, that's right. All right, my friends, we're gonna go down to this, we're gonna go right down here to lawn.
Guys, we're gonna have a tram coming through, so please move to the far right side, right over here.
I'm gonna kind of have us on the sidewalk, okay, you guys? Because we still have some places to visit, but we just want to get out of the street of the tram. Up on the sidewalk, my friends. I'll let this tram go by real quick. Awesome, everyone here? All right, great. So, as we mentioned, we are in the good place. I cannot stress to you guys how much you are in the good place right now. 4 seasons filmed right here of exteriors in Little Europe. Every single inch of this exterior set was utilized for that production. It stars Kristen Bell and Ted Danson. If you're unfamiliar with the show, it's about Eleanor Shellstrop. She has died in a humiliating grocery cart accident and found herself in the good place. But the gag is she's not supposed to be there because she's a horrible, terrible person. So she kind of has to lay low as the good place starts deteriorating in on itself and hijinks ensue. It's a great show. 4 seasons, 12 episodes a season, 30 minutes. You can binge it in a weekend if you want to, and it's on Netflix right now. But other than The Good Place, this has been used many, many times. My most notable mention that I love talking about here in Little Europe is This is Genovia in Princess Diaries 2, A Royal Engagement with Anne Hathaway, Julie Andrews, and Chris Pine. These streets that you guys were just walking, they were in a parade sequence that featured Abigail Breslin when she's a really little girl. She's sucking on her thumb as some boys pull on her braids. You know the scene? I know it. And she's coming down on the carriage, Princess Mia Thermopolis. She sees the little girl being messed with. She says, "Stop the carriage, stop the parade." She goes off, reprimands the boys, but then ultimately invites everybody into the parade, proving anyone can be a princess, and it is beautiful. That sequence is matched by a song performed by Kelly Clarkson, who we love here at Universal. She films The Voice here, as well as her Emmy Award-winning daytime talk show, The Kelly Clarkson Show, and many more. But not the only princess that's been here in Little Europe. Brandy and Whoopi Goldberg and Whitney Houston for arguably the best version of Roger and Hammerstein's Cinderella, filmed right here. You might have seen the running of the bulls here a couple times, City Slickers, as well as the running of the bulldogs in a Geico commercial. Many, many more. But I want to take you guys right over here up Flower Alley. And if you look at these sound stages, they look real crisp, real nice. There's some of our, they're actually quite literally our newest sound stages. For 6 seasons over there was the exterior of Cloud 9 for Superstore, but we have sadly said goodbye to that show. And now we have constructed those sound stages that are going to be 100% soundproof as opposed to the ones we have now that are 98% soundproof. And they'll be utilized in the next round of Olympics. You guys can, don't be shy, get on. Because we'll be broadcasting them here from our studio. So now, where we are is called Flower Alley. Feel free to go ahead and knock on some of those walls. Yeah. Everything is made out of plaster, fiberglass, foam rubber, and that's done on the lot here in our Bud Westmore building. That's our sign shop, our lighting, our metal, and they can kind of print out walls like this that are the foam rubber and stamp that brick onto the wall, making it very easy to change this up, which oftentimes happens. A lot of people come on my tours and ask me, well, what if it needs to look different for a different production? And I say, that's cool. They just come in and they, you know, deem it what they need it to be. They're like, well, why does this still look like this? Because this is original paint from The Good Place. And we said, well, just kind of fit the vibe, you know? Little Europe, very nice. But this is my favorite area to talk a little bit about that production design. If you've ever watched a movie and stuck around for the credits, maybe you're a Marvel fan like me and you have to wait for that end scene credit, and you notice that a million gajillion people work on a movie, you might have seen that title, production designer. They're in charge of how everything looks on screen, right? So let's say they come here into Flower Alley and they want to make a horror movie. Probably want to change this up, right? It's giving kindergarten classroom. Maybe you want to make these walls gray or brown with some splatters of red. Ooh, maybe you want to put some dirt on the ground here. Then you gotta hire some background actors to walk around here, maybe with their hoods up, looking shady, suspect, whatever. And then you come and you fill this whole area with props. Let's say trash cans, dumpsters, whatever. Where do you get props from? That's the prop department right behind you. Universal prop department that has millions of props. Everything you could even think up in your brain is in there for production. But we're gonna go to our last stop right here. I'll take you up in this corner and talk a little bit about a Disney movie I have a feeling you guys might know. Any fans of The Good Place might recognize this fountain. It's the clam chowder fountain. That was done with CGI, computer generated imagery, because I don't think having hot, oily clam chowder out here in Southern California would smell so good. All right, coming up here. So, another question that we get a lot is, well, you guys are Universal Studios, so do you only make Universal movies? Big no. We have the likes of many different production and movie studios come in here. You can even rent this out if you have the budget for it. This summer, somebody got married here in The Good Place. Pretty cool. But yes, we've seen the likes of Paramount, Warner Brothers, so many of our favorite movie studio friends, including Disney. Now, show of hands, has anyone ever heard of this little franchise? It's called Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah? Okay, I thought so. Well, Pirates of the Caribbean has been all over our backlot, specifically our Little Europe, as well as our Old Mexico sets. It's posed as Port Royal, as well as Tortuga. This corner might look familiar to you guys, it might not, but you would recognize it as Will Turner's blacksmith shop in the first Pirates of the Caribbean and the Curse of the Black Pearl. I'll set it up for you. They filmed on 3 different locations for that scene. Oftentimes people don't realize that movies don't film chronologically. They're like all over the place and it has to be pieced together with editing and post-production. So for this specific scene, they filmed at Disney Studios, here at Universal, as well as the Caribbean. And they put a green screen down here at the end of the hallway, edited in the ocean, the Port Royal ocean, and they said, action. Captain Jack Sparrow comes running down this hallway. He's on the run because the redcoats are mad at him for being here, because pirate, you know. And he hides behind a statue in that little nook that was placed there by the prop department. He waits for the redcoats to go by. He goes, peek, peek, runs down these stairs. He goes to go into the blacksmith shop, and the director says, cut. And then what you see next is the interior of a soundstage at Disney, because folks, nothing's in there. Nothing at all. So they had to do that with clever editing to make it seem like he just effortlessly walked into somewhere that was really all the way on the other side of the valley. Pretty cool. They go on to meet. That's the first time Will Turner and Jack Sparrow meet. They have a 7-minute long sword fight. Pretty epic. If you guys want any photos with Will Turner's blacksmith shop or anything really totally cool, just don't go on those stairs. We had a tour guide fall through them this summer. True story. It was really funny. Other than that, we're gonna walk back down to that lawn and use the bathroom. So any last minute little Europe pictures you want, please be my guest. Just be careful of trams coming through, okay?
I guess they checked.
Oh man,
Next to it is Tom Selleck's red Ferrari from Magnum PI. We got Biff's car and some other awesome cars from the distant future of 2015. What do you guys think? Did we nail it or what? Yeah, we got some cars from the future. Do we have cars from the past? Yes, yabba dabba do. Those are the foot-powered vehicles from the Flintstones movie. You don't want to drive one of those on a fresh pedicure day. Now, any fans of Harry Potter on the trolley, you might recognize that Ford Anglia from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. One of 17.5 stunt cars made for that film. Next to it is the late Paul Walker's Nissan Skyline from Too Fast, Too Furious. And we got some dyno cars over here. Some Mercedes vehicle, the Gyrosphere, the Jeep Wrangler from the Jurassic Park and World franchise. All the way at the end is my favorite picture car, more so a picture boat. It's the Crawdaddy boat from Jordan Peele's second film, Us, starring Lupita Nyong'o and Winston Duke. And hey, all the way at the end, that is a Bradley fighting vehicle from the Transformers film. Now, I'm gonna let y'all in a little secret. Me personally, I would not want to take that thing into battle against the Decepticons. Why? That's right, here at Universal Studios, dinosaurs are in our DNA. Take a look out either side, see some of those original set pieces and picture cars from the Jurassic Park franchise. That is the Mobile Lab from the Lost World Jurassic Park, starring Vince Vaughn, Julianne Moore, and Jeff Goldblum. Oh boy. Hey, don't worry, those are my dino friends. They're always making me look bad. They're just comedians. They're working on their spit takes. Speakers that are gonna boom like thunder and some strobe lights flashing like lightning. And my friends up in the booth, go ahead and kick that rain on for me, please. Beautiful. See, natural rain, it doesn't always translate very well on camera. It's too thin. So here we like to use a higher volume of water, so ultimately our raindrops come out looking thicker. We use a really high-tech piece of machinery here in Hollywood. It's called a sprinkler. Shoots up umbrellas down and looks fabulous. All right, my friends in the booth, let's cut the rain as we pull forward. Thank you. Guys, I said that we can cut the rain. It's Rowan and Owen. What's happening? What is that? Oh no. Okay. Sorry about that, guys.
Oh, this is
the human remains.
That's him. Right over there. Now what makes Stage 50 so unique is that this is a 2-level soundstage. This is the bottom level we're entering right now. It's dressed as a subway stage, and as you enter you're going to see staircases off to either side, and they do actually lead upstairs to a street set just above us. What this does is afford the production of films here a chance to do what's called a tracking shots. One fluid, continuous camera move. No cuts, no edits. Makes you feel like it's all happening right there in front of you in real time. It's a great filmmaking technique. We employed it wonderfully in our recent film 1917. Made it seem like the whole movie was one long unbroken take, and it was really effective. Oh, okay. Well, I hope that was it. Just in case you find something to hold on to, is going to end up being the big one. Yep. We're going to have to ride this out. Everybody hold on, okay? Hold on. Oh, there's the second level right there to the left. You guys see it? Right over there. Good news, it looks like the earthquake has stopped. Bad news, it looks like the water gate's just off to the right side there, you're going to see that pistachio-colored Mini. That is Mr. Bean's car from Mr. Bean's Holiday, starring the legendary comedian Rowan Atkinson. That double-decker bus next to it was featured in our theme park when they filmed a little bit of Arrested Development Season 3 with Jason Bateman and Charlize Theron. Front and center, as it ought to be, is Dominic Toretto's Dodge Charger, seen throughout the Fast and the Furious films, flanked by some vehicles from the most recent installment, F9. The Mystery Machine sometimes makes an appearance in our theme park along with Scooby, Shaggy, and the gang. You'll see the Ford Fairlane that Marion Crane drove away with, and Psycho right next to it. And tucked away in the back, you got that lovely yellow Camaro back there. That is Bumblebee in vehicle form from the Transformers series. It's parked right next to a Decepticon named Barricade, which promotes my theory that they do get along when the cameras aren't rolling. It's nice to see that. We got some film history coming up next, so get ready to check out or
Stuff up though, HHN.
That we do. Very true. You're seeing the remnants of our Halloween Horror Nights event. This is where we stage what's called the Terror Tramp. You get to walk through this whole area at night while guys in costumes jump out at you and chase you around with chainsaws. See your hair in no time, okay? We won't harm a fly. Come on. No. Some of you have this question in your minds right now. I'm going to attempt to answer that question. Yes, that is a real 747 aircraft. That plane flew for many years and many miles before being retired into an airplane graveyard. The production team for War of the Worlds found it, purchased it, shipped it out here to our backlot, made this set that you're seeing right here so they can make this scene happen in the movie. The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that
really happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, the nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park.
This is our turn. After that. Okay, guys, it's showtime. Coming it up. This thing ain't moving fast enough. Roman, ready, hook him up. Hit it! Now we're moving. John, look out! You ready to win
That's your
It's fine.
construction.
Halfway.
Cool. So guys, welcome to Jupiter's Claim. As Jordan Peele was mentioning in the clip on our vehicles a moment ago, this is a theme park that's run by a former child star, Ricky Jupe Park, based off a movie he did when he was a child called Kid Sheriff. Production designer's job, as Rowan was touching on earlier, to make this all look to fulfill the creative vision of the filmmaker and make it look believable when you see it on the screen. They had to make this look like an operating theme park. They had to create essentially a world within the world. And an interesting thing that I've learned about pouring over behind the scenes on this movie is how the theme park kind of operates. It is based off of a gold rush town. So in order to do anything in the town, any of the activities, anything in the shops here, you have to pan for gold right over here. You pan for gold, you might get lucky, you might not. But you take your gold to the office, have it weighed, they give you your Jupe Jangle coins, the currency in the town, to spend as you see fit. Now, this is about a former child star, so it kind of plays a little bit into the theming there. There's a little bit of an undercurrent throughout the movie, about the theming of exploitation. So, oh, you want to enjoy all the things of being a kid and have fun? Go to work. You gotta work for it. So it kind of plays a little bit into that. Again, this is me tiptoeing around Spoiler Town. Because I really want you to check out the movie. I regret not being able to see it in the IMAX format, where they did film with IMAX cameras. Jordan Peele wanted to make a movie that you had to see on the big screen, because he knew that we were cooped up for a long while during lockdown. So he chose to shoot with an IMAX aspect ratio, much taller framing, so it would be a little bit more of an immersive experience. He wanted to make a movie not just featuring, but all about spectacle. It's also another kind of theme going through the movie. But with IMAX, when you're in an IMAX theater, that massive, massive screen, you're gonna be doing a lot of looking up at the frame, that massive, massive image, which is what a lot of the characters in the movie spend a lot of time doing, looking up at the sky here. Which does bring up the fact that when they do have a lot of those sky shots, pretty much all of those clouds for those sky shots are digital, entirely rendered in the computer, so they can choreograph and strategically place them anywhere they want you to tell their story. You don't have to worry about the clouds being anywhere. If it's a completely clear day, oh, we can't film today, it's all good. They all got it done on the computer. You can actually render it in real time and see how their work on the iPad on set. Get the best possible performance, best possible look. And there's also some really great nighttime shots on the Haywood family ranch. That's where Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer's characters work. Their families, horse trainers in the industry, have been for many, many years. But some of those nighttime shots, they shoot what's called day for night. They filmed entirely during the daytime and then made it look like nighttime. Now, this is not necessarily the newest technique. They've done it before. If you saw movies like Castaway with Tom Hanks, all the nighttime shots on the island are shot during the day. They put a particular lens in front of the camera to polarize the image. They touch it up in post-production, looks like nighttime. But for Nope, they did something a little different. They actually had two cameras, laser precise, capturing the exact same image. One was running regular color film, the other was shooting in infrared mode. So that way they can marry the images right on top of each other, do a little bit of touch-up in post-production, and what resulted was a really great image of how the human eye perceives darkness rather than how a camera lens is going to perceive darkness. Plus, they didn't have to worry about lighting the entire ranch for those nighttime shots. Even though it's nighttime, you got to light it for camera. It's going to be a little bit impractical with all those lights out there in that massive, massive field. And I do want to point out, it's kind of fun, this motorcycle, if you've seen the movie, you know how it comes into play here. But it's also kind of a reference to a project that Jordan Peele was attached to for a short while. Long gestating project. A lot of filmmakers have been attached to it over the years. The live-action version of the popular Japanese anime Akira. He was at one point attached to do it, things fell through, he moved on to other projects. But when Emerald Haywood slides the motorcycle into Jupiter's Claim, right over here, it's an homage to a particular shot in Akira. There's a famous slide of a motorcycle. He was so happy he was able to sneak it in to his own little movie right there. I like to point that out. Oh, this is the cool part too. They built all the sets out and filmed in Santa Clarita. And I mean, they built all of it. This is not even the entire
entire theme park right here. But these are the actual set elements. We reconstructed it here on our property and timed it out to open day and date with the release of the movie Nope. So the same day you can see it in theaters, you can drive through it on the world famous Universal Studios tour. As for the time frame of building the town, a couple of weeks, maybe a month or so. But yeah, we definitely built all of it. Again, production designer Ruth DeJean, amazing production designer. She's previously worked with Jordan Peele on the movie Us. She's worked with filmmakers like Terrence Malick on The Tree of Life, Paul Thomas Anderson on There Will Be Blood and Inherent Vice, and one of my favorites, David Lynch, for his reboot of, continuation of Twin Peaks, more recent version. But yeah, so they studied American frontier towns, and they also took some field trips to Knott's Berry Farm, the ghost town out there. Again, trying to get more match with the theme park vibe. I'd say they did a pretty good job. I mean, oh yeah, mainly just facades and a little bit of decoration for the window dressing. The saloon, I think you can see a little bit of like the soda tap for the saloon. But again, it all depends on what the camera's going to pick up. You need to see it. You're going to make sure you see it and make sure you have to build it for that reason. Are you guys all set? Any questions? Anything you might be curious about? I know I'm throwing a lot out there. Stunned silence? I can work with that. Rowan, they're going to ace the test later. Scantron, number 2 pencil.
Oh yeah, be there. Alright guys, follow Owen and Becky headed to the trolley.
Really glad we watched the movie now.
Oh, was you like, I don't know.
Right. Good. I have a question. Are it normally just those 2 stops that you get out at?
It is.
Or I know it changes. Yeah. But I'm just curious how many stops normally.
Yeah, it depends on the production schedule that we're given when we get here today. So like you saw like New York Street had that like badge only, and like Colonial Street. Just depends on the day. Little Europe is usually my favorite place to go alongside with Metropolitan. So if that's open, we usually have.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But you know, it's different every time. Different tour guides, different locations are open and stuff. I hope you liked it.
Yeah. No, I'm glad that we watched the Nope movie first.
Yes, of course.
So we saw that.
All right, well, friends, this tram's gonna unload. So if you want to come in here a little bit, I want to do a little wrap-up powwow. I hope you enjoyed your time. I am sad to be saying goodbye to you guys. I genuinely had a wonderful time with all of you. You guys were so lovely. I appreciate you guys just being really nice. It makes my job easier when y'all are having fun, because then I'm having fun. And your fun is not over, okay, guys? 8 p.m. the park closes. Now is your time. Go get those snacks you want, do some shopping, character meet and greets. I highly recommend checking out the special effects show. They got one at 4 o'clock, and the last one will be at 5:30. Other than that, thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed your time. If you have anything for me, if you have any questions, I'm gonna hang around here for the next 5 minutes or so. But be free, my friends. If you ever come back to Universal and do another tour, please ask for Rowan. I would love to see you guys again.
Thank you.